have great taste, especially with your radio choice. Thank you for spending a little time with Gary and Bristol on Kiss Country 93.7.
Happy Friday. Kiss Country 93.7. Gary and Bristol ticket trivia coming up in about an hour, 7:15. We got more Riley Green tickets. Of course, Luke Combs there. When it rains, it pours. And looking at the forecast, you don't have that to worry about at all. No rain till possibly Monday, Tuesday of next week.
Yeah, that's awesome news. And if you missed it yesterday when we met our latest Kiss Country Caught in the Act Award recipient, well, she is all that and then, well, probably some sunshine, wouldn't you say? Here's what it sounded like when we let Allison Prim know that she was our latest recipient.
Hello.
Good morning, Allison Prim.
Good morning.
It's Gary and Bristol from Kiss Country 93.7. Are you there?
How are
Hello,
you?
Allison.
I'm good. How are y'all?
Excellent.
We got a letter from Skylar Prim, so how do you think we are?
Good.
Yeah. She's telling on Mama.
I love it. Do you have a minute we can read this to you?
I do.
To you, for you, whatever.
Yeah. Skylar says, I couldn't ask for a better role model in my life. As my mom, I get to see the behind the scenes of what Allison Prim puts into what she loves. She's a preschool teacher in Caddo Parish, and she goes above and beyond. She's always prepared to put on the craziest outfits to put a smile on her kids' faces. No matter the occasion, she goes out of her way to give her kids the best experience possible. A good example of this is every year for Read Across America, she dresses up differently each day depending on the story. Not only does she dress up, but she makes sure the kids have projects that relate to that story. The kids are constantly being sent home with projects that they've created. I know these kids take these memories much further than her classroom. As her daughter, I often hear how great of a person she is from everyone who knows her.
Aww.
Her past kids always remember her and still often talk about her even when they're not in her class anymore. Having her as my role model and my mom means so much to me. I would be honored to show her how much she means to me and our community.
You could get woken up like that every single day for the rest of your life, couldn't you?
I could.
It's pretty darn cool when your kids start bragging on you.
It is. It really is.
So tell me now, I understand that Skylar is off in college. Did you know that you were putting that kind of impression on your baby girl?
I did not. I'm glad to know I am, but I did not.
Think about all those poor, sad parents that never got a letter written to the radio station so they could call you and wake you up bright and early and embarrass you in front of God and everybody.
That's so true.
Well, Allison, you are this week's recipient of the Kiss Country Caught in the Act Award. And I know we didn't wake you up, but, obviously, those preschoolers are waiting on you right now. So we need to give you the best part of this.
Okay.
You're going to get a $100 gift certificate to go have a great meal at Silver Star.
That's awesome.
Ain't it?
Even better.
And you know what? Because you're so involved with the preschoolers, I'll bet you that David Alvis and the gang will bring you out some colors and something to color on there so that, it's kind of like normal for you.
Okay. I love the color.
Yeah.
I do too. In fact, I got so mad. We went out to dinner Saturday night. They took the colors off our table and put them on the kids' table. I'm like, stop it.
Yes. I've done that before too.
Well, Allison, thank you for being amazing.
Well, thank you.
And I'm going to tell you, I think you raised a pretty good kid, don't you?
I do believe so.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for doing what you do and making this such a great place to live.
Thank y'all.
Do you know someone who makes the world a better place? Someone always willing to lend a helping hand or volunteer when they're needed.
You know, they're just so helpful. Really appreciate all that they do.
We need to know about that person so we can crown them with Kiss Country's Caught in the Act Award.
Just really dependable and like a ray of sunshine when they come in the room.
Gary and Bristol recognize a new person each week and give that person a $100 gift certificate from Silver Star Smokehouse.
How sweet is that?
Take a second to nominate someone special that you know at mykisscountry937.com or in your Kiss Country app.
Jason Aldean, it's Dirt Road Anthem. We are Kiss Country 93.7. Good Friday with Gary and Bristol. And with Good Friday, that means obviously, you're just a couple of days from Easter. And a number of Easter events lined up for this weekend. We talked yesterday morning about the resurrection celebration. Yeah.
Well, there is a ton of stuff going on this weekend. First off, Cypress Baptist Church, they always have a huge event, and they are having Easter Family Day. That's going on tomorrow starting at 7 a.m. As you mentioned, Word of God Ministries having their resurrection celebration. That goes from 11 until 7 tomorrow. It's $5 admission. Kids 2 and under are free. But, man, they've got food trucks, live music. They've got a Ferris wheel there, petting zoo, rides, inflatables. It's just really cool. Now, Barksdale Baptist is having their extravaganza egg hunt, and that goes tomorrow from 2 until 4. You can pre-register, and we've got that link for you in the free Kiss Country app. At Cargill Park, they're having a Sunday Easter bash. That is going on Sunday from 12 until 8. Sounds kind of like a really big block party for the kids, American Legion, they're having their big Easter egg hunt that Sunday from 2 until 3:30. And they're also having an event at A.B. Palmer Park that Sunday from 3 until 7.
Also know of a couple of other events. Of course, the big community-wide Easter celebration is tomorrow. First Baptist Houghton is putting that on. All the information about that one on their website. Also Sunday, Easter sunrise services at Hillcrest Memorial. They're on Highway 80 in the Houghton area. That's going to start about 6:30 Sunday morning. Great message. And what a great environment to be able to see that for Easter morning. I mean, you've got the sun rising up over the trees and stuff in that area, the wood ducks flying over. It's just amazing.
You're going to be out in nature for Easter, and I'm going to be at Brookshire Grocery Arena.
Well, I will tell you this. If you're looking for something to do this weekend, you won't have to look far.
Mm-mm. Making that ride to work fun.
Come on now, Junior, take a wild ride.
It's Gary and Bristol on Kiss Country 93.7.
Lady A, it's downtown, Kiss Country 93.7, Gary and Bristol. You ready? 7:15, ticket trivia, Riley Green, Tracy Lawrence tickets. That's what you can win.
Okay. I don't know if this is a case of you get what you ask for and it's too much, but it feels like it. The roads.
Okay, I'm all ears.
Well, you ask for Louisiana to get better roads, and then they start working on them, and it's all at once, and you're like, oh my gosh!
When you got a pothole or you've got a bad place in the road and you want it fixed, you have to know that it's going to require a little bit of
a decade
of discomfort to get that fixed. Well, that discomfort gets a little more heightened Monday. DOTD says Monday, the outside right lane of Benton Road northbound. Now, this is going to be north of I-220, but just south of Flowerbrook Street. That's in Bossier Parish. Going to be closed for about 30 days. They are installing a deceleration lane at the Safe Harbor development. So Monday, put that in your noggin. If you're going to be northbound on Benton Road in Bossier Parish, that's north of 220, just south of Flowerbrook. I keep wanting to call it Flowerbrook.
I don't know why.
Flowerbrook. It's going to get kind of hinky there for a little bit.
Thanks for spending your morning with us. Gary and Bristol on Shreveport, Bossier's #1 for new country. Kiss Country 93.7.
Dude, who does not love Mama's house? Thomas Rhett, Morgan Wallen, Kiss Country 93.7. Good morning. We are Gary and Bristol. It is Good Friday, yet the winning continues.
Indeed. We've got your tickets with Ticket Trivia this morning to see Riley Green and Tracy Lawrence, April 26th, Brookshire Grocery Arena.
Okay, my son Colt asked me last night. He goes, what was the question? He said, I had to get out and he's a pool boy now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he was doing his first swimming pool yesterday morning at that time, and he always plays Ticket Trivia. Okay, here's this. Colt, listen carefully.
All right.
If a person is a red-collared worker, who do they work for? Kind of like a blue-collar, white-collar? Who does the red-collared worker work for? U.S. government. The government.
All right, here's today's question. Good for those tickets. Nearly half of all men say this is the first thing they notice when meeting a woman. What is it? Nearly half of all men say this is the first thing that they notice when meeting a woman. What do you think that is? 725-KISS, 725-5477.
KISS Country 93.7 is Good Friday with Gary and Bristol. Thanks for letting us spend the morning with you. 51 degrees now. And don't forget, at 8:20 Monday morning, first chance for you to win up to $30,000 with a KISS Cash Cow, courtesy of POE Federal Credit Union.
I'm going to tell you, this woman going to need more than $30,000 for legal fees.
Wow.
I am so confused. Okay, so she's from our area.
Yeah.
She goes to Baton Rouge.
Right.
She cases out a hospital there.
Yeah. Gets access to several different areas within the hospital. How, I don't know.
Finds a room with a baby where the parents aren't present. Apparently, the parents didn't live in Baton Rouge and we're having to go back and forth, right?
Yeah.
Even brings her boyfriend into this situation and starts trying to set up appointments with doctors and such.
Right.
And steals the baby?
Yes. I don't know. Did she ever get out of the hospital?
I don't know.
I don't think she ever actually got out of the hospital, but there was an attempt. She's 21 years old, and they found out she had never even been pregnant.
Apparently, I mean, this is a quote from the sergeant in the case. He says, Selman even took the young man that was her boyfriend to the hospital to visit with several doctors in hopes to schedule false or fictitious medical appointments for the child. I mean, it's like she was trying to lay the groundwork for a paper trail that this baby was hers.
Yeah.
But even the boyfriend was like, okay, wait a minute, this is really sus and things aren't matching up. So he raised his hand.
Yeah. Good on him.
Yeah. So the nurse that he talked to alerted the medical team, and apparently police got involved. They determined her story wasn't true and she hadn't even given birth to the child. And that led to, I guess, discovery of the security breach. And oh my gosh.
They wound up arresting her in Bossier City.
Yeah, apparently a security team stopped them and asked them for ID cards.
I swear I have seen this movie.
Yeah, it does. It sounds like it's straight out of Hollywood. This is so odd.
Okay, if you have not yet heard about the story, you can read all the information in your KISS Country app. But thank goodness, nobody was hurt. Nothing along those lines. She's got fitted for her new orange jumpsuit, and I'm hearing It's a good fit.
Spending a morning without Gary and Bristol? It's like having a birthday without cake. Today's not the day for that. KISS Country 93.7.
Phil and Scott, my girl, KISS Country 93.7. Gary and my girl, my daytime wife, she's Bristol. Whether she likes it or not, dang it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so can we just appreciate the fact that I saw this and I was like, oh my gosh, Gary's going to love this story.
Okay, so here's the deal. Isn't Washington State where you can smoke all the marijuana you want to?
I'm not sure. I think
it's legal there.
Okay.
And I'm thinking that this guy is a regular participant.
Okay.
Puff, puff, pass. And he's like, puff, puff, puff.
Okay.
Colville, Washington, the sheriff's office there, put something on Facebook. And at first I'm like, oh, baloney, it's true. Guy calls into the sheriff's office to ask him if he's allowed to hunt Sasquatch. Says he's coming in from out of town next month. Wants to know if Bigfoot hunting is legal there. And if so, does he need a special license?
Oh, my goodness.
They told him that was really more of a question for the wildlife and fisheries. He said, well, I already called them.
Well, I thought so too.
Yeah, they're the ones that told me to call you. He said that they had told him that he was going to have to wait to hear back, wanted to clarify that he was only interested in bagging a male Sasquatch. He's not going to be shooting the hens. Said that he would never shoot or injure a female.
I am just shaking my head because, oh my gosh, he even calls the female a hen.
Yeah. No, I made that up.
Oh, okay. Goodness. Thank goodness. Because I was like, wait a minute.
Okay, so the sheriff there wanted to pass along a couple of pieces of information to the guy. Number one.
Okay.
Hey, dude, the area that you're calling about is called Meadow Lake, which is not even in our county. So you're going to need to call that sheriff. He might have more info. And number two.
You're nuts.
He said, I'm pretty sure there aren't any Sasquatch around here. Evidently, his deputies are not the best drivers. He says, I'm pretty sure there's not any around here because one of my deputies would have already run over one with their patrol car by now if they... So, no, I doubt seriously you can hunt Sasquatch in Colville, Washington.
Saw the rising sun. Coffee in my cup. They put the good in morning. It's Gary and Bristol on Kiss Country 93.7.
Chase Beckham, 23. Kiss Country 93.7, Gary and Bristol. It is Good Friday. That means we have an incredible Sunday, Easter Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, there's a ton of things to do this weekend. Easter egg hunts and celebrations all over the area.
Right. And, okay, so this isn't with regard to actual services. If I was going to say, all right, where are you going to go get some eggs tomorrow?
Yeah.
These are the places I would pick. First, Cypress Baptist.
Yeah.
I swear every event they do gets bigger and bigger and bigger. If you've never been there, they're right there on Palmetto Road in Benton. It all starts at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. So I think there's going to be plenty of eggs. Then tomorrow, Word of God Ministries at their South Campus on Burt Koontz, they have basically a whole fairgrounds. It's their resurrection celebration. They've got food trucks, live music. They've got a Ferris wheel, petting zoo. I mean, they've got the rides. They've got inflatables.
That's what you want to do. You want to put the kids, you want to fill them up with eggs and chocolate and then put them on a tilt-a-whirl.
Absolutely.
Watch him spew.
Well, I mean, at least it's not in the backseat of your car, right?
You get that knocked out for you.
And the centrifugal force will make it go outwards, right?
Was it like $5 to get in for that one?
$5 and kids 2 and under free.
Jason Aldean, your big green tractor, Kiss Country 93.7, Gary and Bristol. Did you see the Kiss Country app, the article about what the Louisiana SPCA sees every year?
No, what?
An influx of chicks and baby rabbits immediately after the Easter holiday.
Yeah, that's true. That unfortunately annually every year.
Yeah. Annually every year?
Yeah.
You think? Really?
Yeah.
Okay. They say it's all because of the buyer's remorse that comes in after people have given their baby a little chick or a bunny rabbit, and then they realize, hey, wait a minute, this thing doesn't take care of itself.
No, and cleaning a bunny cage is not fun.
They say that some people actually just go put them out in the wild.
Yeah, and they're not meant for that.
And they say a rabbit's lifespan is 5 to 10 years. So that's if, an owl or a hawk doesn't see this little baby out there looking for something. So they're saying this year, instead of giving them a live baby chick or a little bitty rabbit, give them a plush toy.
Yeah, I must say, how about a stuffed animal?
A little stuffed animal, you can do the same little baby chick or the same little baby rabbit. And I promise you, the hawk is not going to swoop down and take that toy.
They're like a Band-Aid for all of life's bobos. It's Gary and Bristol only on Kiss Country 93.7.
That's Hardy. It's called Truck Bed. Kiss Country 93.7, Gary and Bristol. Monday, you can stick a whole bunch of $100 bills in that truck bed when the Kiss Cash Cow comes calling.
That's right.
$30,000. That's, you can win up to that amount.
I wonder if you stacked 30,000 $1 bills, how tall that would get.
Well, it would depend on how wide and long the stack is.
Well, I just want to stack them
top of each other?
Yeah. Stack things on each other.
Bristol's playing Jingo with her Kiss Cash Cow winnings.
Well, that's because if I won $30,000, I would instantly, I'm usually a pretty generous person. Like, if I got it, you're going to get it.
Yeah.
I think I would then probably turn into like Scrooge McDuck and just play in my money and not let anybody ever touch it.
You just want to roll around in it.
Absolutely.
Regardless of how nasty and germ covered it is.
Well, I didn't say naked.
Okay. Monday, we're going to be doing those Kiss Cash Cow codes again. That, every hour starting at 8:20 all the way through 5 o'clock, you get that new Kiss Cash Cow code. Put that in your Kiss Country app, and you could win as much as $30,000. Monday morning, first code, 8:20. And if you haven't downloaded that Kiss Country app yet, well, stupid. He just said that on Good Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Get it done. It's free. Takes you like 45 seconds to do it.
Not even.
If you can remember the passcode in your phone for that, your Apple ID.
Oh, gosh.
That's the toughest part of the whole thing.
Okay, keep in mind, Gary doesn't have the facial recognition yet because his is like an Apple iPhone 3.
Shut up, Bristol. Good Friday.
911, what's your emergency?
It's Gary in Bristol. If you're not having fun yet, you might need someone to call 911 for you. Kiss Country 93.7.